Hey guys, it's Vanessa here, and I am back tonight to talk to you about thoughts and how they can bring us down. So, in my last video, I shared a little bit of my journey of me trying to overcome anxiety and wrong thought patterns and kind of some ways that I have done that over the years. Well, since I posted that video about a week and a half ago, this past week I have struggled more with my anxiety than I have in a while. And that just lets me know that it is a real issue that I need to be sharing about, and that if I can be quiet about it and shrink back and not share because of fear that I'm going to struggle with my anxiety again, then the enemy has won. So I'm here tonight, even though I have been struggling. I am showing up today to share with you guys my ideas on thoughts. So I did just 2 or 3 days ago think I need to be doing my video, and I knew that my next video was going to be on thoughts, but I just couldn't, because I'm like, here I am sitting in a mess of thoughts that were not my thoughts and were not the way that I wanted to think, and were creating anxiety in me. So I was like, how can I share when I feel like I'm not even there yet? Because if we are all human, we have all had thoughts that we don't want to have. We've all created problems in our mind that weren't there. We have all worried ourselves sick about something happening that never happened. And we have all laid in bed at night and thought in a pattern that was not beneficial to us. And those thoughts can really drag us down and really make us sick. And for some reason, some people are just more susceptible, however you say that word, to thoughts sticking and affecting them. And some people just seem to like get through the day with nothing bothering them. Well, I don't believe that's true. I believe that to a certain point we all hold on to certain thought patterns that are wrong. And that's kind of where Untangled comes in. It's kind of the idea that I got behind Untangled yoga and Untangled massage, and furthermore just untangling our mind. So over the years we just developed these thought patterns that are no longer really serving us, and some of those thought patterns we've had for so long that we don't even realize are there. So what we need to do is we need to start with the thought patterns that we do realize are there. So what I ask myself when I have a thought is, first, does this thought line up with who God says I am and what God has for me? So that's the first thing I do. And if that thought does not, then I know that it shouldn't be there. And sometimes, even though recognizing that doesn't make the thought go away, I have to hold on to the truth that the thought is not true, and I'm just going to keep pressing on because I know what is true. Also, if I have a thought, I ask myself, does this thought make me a better person or point me in a better direction? Or is it just pulling me down and motivating me to not do anything? If that is what a thought is doing, then it's not a thought that is serving me. It's not a thought that I need. And I need to just choose not to think that thought. And I know that sounds hard, and it is. And it may take you a few days, and it may take you a few weeks, but you can simply say, this thought does not belong to me, and replace it with something else. Replace it with a thought that does belong. Also, I ask myself, does the thought judge someone or put someone else down? And if it does, then it's a thought that I shouldn't have. It's a thought that that my ego is having that really doesn't serve me either. And then the last thing is it a thought that is pointing me to love people more and to love myself more and to love God more? And if it's not doing that, then it's not a part of me. And I know that's like a lot of information at one time, especially on thoughts, and especially if you are struggling with thoughts. And I want you to hear me. I'm not someone that has had these thoughts, these wrong ways of thinking and this anxiety for you know years ago. I struggled with these last week, and it is very real to me. The power of our thoughts has been shown to make people sick. So you can think yourself into being you're sick. You can think yourself into being so many things. But where true life lives is thinking yourself into being all that God has created you to be. And it may take one thought at a time that you have been thinking wrongly about yourself, about your family, about your world. Taking that one thought and choosing to replace it with something else, and to continue not to meditate on it. So we wake up in the mornings, and especially us women, we look in the mirror and we're like, oh, my hair doesn't look good. My eyebrows, something needs to be done with them. Man, I'm feeling a little fat today. And all day long, our mantra has become something negative and has created just this negative thought process in us. And we just go with it. And before we know it, our shoulders are, turning in, and we are visually representing what we're thinking. And none of those thoughts are from the Lord, and none of those thoughts are serving you. So just retraining ourselves to wake up and to meditate on the good, and to see the good, and to choose to think the good, even when the bad wants to enter in, because the bad's going to come in, and you're going to have to say, just because I had that thought doesn't mean that it's true, and doesn't mean that I have to think on it all day. And just take it through that process. Is it what God says about me? Is it loving? Is it serving me? Is it who I want to be? And if it's not those things, then take it captive and replace it with something else. And yes, I have been doing that this week over and over and over again. And it's kind of like a mountain. I feel like I'm going up and I'm getting some speed and I'm doing good. And then I take a little downward turn. But you got to remember on that downward turn that you don't give up. That's when the growing happens, and the truth happens, and the steadfast happens. You just keep pressing in, and you will start going back up again. So I know that's a lot of information, and pretty fastly given, but it's what's been on my heart. And know that if you struggle, there are lots of people out there that struggle also, and they would love to talk with you and to encourage you and point you in the right way. So if you're struggling, if you need someone to talk to, if you need some motivation, feel free to message me. Send me a message, and I would love to be able to point you in the right direction. So for now, I'm going to leave y'all with that. Thank you again for watching. I encourage you to take every thought captive this week. And I encourage you also to subscribe. Subscribe and like, and let me know you're hanging out. And again, thank you for your encouragement, because like I've said, these videos or me stepping out of my comfort zone. It's definitely something I feel like is for me in this season, so I'm going to pursue it. And I thank you all for following along. So talk to you soon.